Hey there! I am really excited to share with you all about a beautiful notebook that is totally made in Mexico, which is my home country. I had been looking for one since I started journaling, and now it has finally found me. Pears and Mûre reached out to me to offer me their product. I was immediately impressed with the concept. These notebooks scream Mexico from the colors to the design, and I was more than excited to get one. They offered me a discount code and one for my followers who can get 5% off their purchase. The brand was born by the end of 2021 out of a hobby that became a huge passion. Each notebook is designed with style, elegance, and originality. They are completely crafted by Mexican hands, from the notebook to the box. So let's get technical now. The notebook comes in this beautiful and elegant box with a thank you note and a reminder to mention them in social media. They also come with a seal that guarantees its originality, which is really cool. The box is really beautiful and sturdy, and as with all journal boxes, you can use it to store stickers, washi tapes, or any stationery items that you would like. It is thicker than all boxes that I have seen before, so I think it will fit a lot of things. I also like to use them just to store my used journals once that I am done using them. When you open it, you find this vellum sheet with an explanation of the collection the notebook belongs to. In this case, it is the minerals collection. Something that I love is that it also states that it has been made by Mexican artisans and that by buying one, you are supporting the historic process of binding. Underneath the notebook, there is a cute sticker of the brand and another card. This one explains the inspiration behind the notebook's color, which in this case is the sapphire stone. I really love this detail because it makes the notebook even more special, and each different color has a unique history. On the back of the box you will find 2 QR codes, the first one of which, and I will show you, it just pops up a little bit of technical information on the notebook that you bought, and the other one just takes you to their official Instagram, where you can follow them to know all about their discounts and their new launches. And now for the notebook. It comes with this craft paper removable closure, and something that I really love is the logo here, which is printed in a lovely holographic lettering. Just look at those colors. I don't want to break it, so I will just slide it off to reveal the notebook on its own, which, as you can see, is made of fabric and it has the brand's logo in white lettering. About the size, this is a really particular size. It's 8.5 by 5.6 inches. It is slightly larger than an A5, and I'm going to show you the normal A5 so that you can see the comparison here. I am using a Leuchtturm by the bullet journal brand, and you can see it's slightly shorter. As for the width, it is less wide, but still it's the perfect size. Now the surprise comes when you open the cover to reveal this amazing bright lime green. This combination definitely made me think of Mexico and its beautiful and bright color combinations. The 2 bookmarks match those 2 colors, and they are larger than usual, as you are about to see. I had never seen bookmarks as large as this one, but I think that this might be quite practical because many times I find myself losing grip on the ribbon that are shorter, so I'm really excited to try this. Plus, I think that this leaves some space for the imagination. You can tie a charm here or do something creative with this. The first page is quite glued to the thicker cover, but that is the case with most binding works because it provides strength to the overall binding, and actually it's not something that bothers me. I think I could simply write my personal info here and skip that page. Plus, I'm gonna show you how the binding is so powerful. As you can see, at first it won't lay flat, but you don't have to be afraid to just put some strength in there and it's gonna just stay in place. The binding is one of the most strong and powerful ones that I've seen, and this screams quality to me. I think this is going to be really durable. As you can see, I am bending it and I am actually really pulling on it, and it won't come off or break or even tear a little bit. So I think this is a big pro to this beautiful notebook. As for the paper, it is a warm shade of bright white with tiny light gray dots. You can see the comparison of the shade. I'm going to place by it a cooler white notebook, which is from Notebook Therapy. And as you can see, the one from Notebook Therapy even looks grayish, as the Pears and Mûre is a lot brighter and a tad warmer. I am placing now the Leuchtturm, which is definitely an ivory, a light ivory, and you can see how the Pears and Mûre is definitely a warmer, bright white, which I love so that I can use any shade of colors. All the pages are angled at 45 degrees, and I think that this gives the notebook a book-like feeling that is kind of vintage, and I just love it. And something else, a nice detail, is that all the pages have the brand's name in the middle of the bottom margin. This is definitely a new feature that I find really cute but unexpected. I will definitely have to see how I feel about it as I use it, but I think it definitely gives all the pages an elegant style, also because that is a very elegant logo with this kind of script lettering. And then we have in the back the usual pocket with a new design that I had not seen before. It has this gap here, which should make it easier for you to slide whatever things you have inside it. And here we again have that holographic seal of originality, which has the name of the brand, and I think it's a really cool thing to add it to so that you know you are buying an original. Now, the notebook does not have a pen loop, as you can see, which I definitely do not miss, because I feel that it allows my hand to flow as I make lines or as I draw. And also, it does not have an elastic closure, which is a first for me, and I will have to see if I miss it as I use it, because usually my journals get really thick as I go on using them and pasting things on them, adding paper or stickers, and so the elastic closure helps me keep it all together, but we'll have to see how this one reacts and behaves. Finally, on the back cover it says "Made in Mexico," which is a phrase that both excites me and makes me all the more happy to be able to show you this beautiful brand with their colorful notebooks. And now for the moment of truth, let's make the pen and paint test. I must start by saying that this paper is 120 GSM, so it's not your usual thick, almost cardboard-like paper, and it's really soft. I feel that as I was writing here, the pen really glided off of it, and it has 25 by 40 cells, so I think that's going to be really helpful while setting all the setups. And as usual, I am only putting to the test all of those pens and markers and mediums that I usually use. I am using here the one that feather the most in my opinion, which is kind of a really watery calligraphy brush, the Tombow Furenasuke. But aside from that, the rest went on pretty well. I'm showing here that white gel pen because I usually use it to correct mistakes, and I think it's a perfect match for this paper. So I'm just gonna go on using all those markers that I love, and then I'm gonna come back and tell you how it all performed when we flipped the page. Alright, let's flip the page now. And obviously the alcohol marker is the one that bled through, but the rest are barely visible, which really surprises me since 120 GSM is usually a lot more see-through, if you know what I'm saying. Now I'm going to sketch some ice cream cones and use the more watery mediums. I am using ink right here with a dipping pen. This is one of my most favorite techniques, and I am reactivating that ink with some water. As you can see, I am trying to really squeeze the water out of the brush so that I don't use that much, which is actually what I usually do. And there's hardly any wrapping of the paper. It's not coming off either. This is a Crayola Super Tip, which I use as watercolor. And then I just went with a pencil watercolor, the normal watercolor, liquid watercolor, and then I finish with wash. I use a lot more water with that last four, but I must say that as I was painting, I realized that despite the fact that this is a thinner paper, it really dried faster than I expected. And there's hardly any wrapping, like I said. So those are totally dried by now, and as I flip the page, as you can see, they are ghosting, but very, very little. Like, this is something that does not bother me. I can definitely use the other side of the page and be fine with it. I know that there's some people who don't like to see any ghosting at all, but I think it's just a price to pay for using thinner, lovely paper, and I like it. I definitely see myself using all those mediums, and it doesn't bother me. There's, like I said, very little wrapping of the paper, nothing that won't be fixed by just closing the notebook. So all in all, I am pleasantly surprised with how it performed, and I would definitely use it as a bullet journal, as an art journal, and go crazy with all the mediums that I usually use. And now let's talk about pricing. You can get those notebooks through their official website and also through Amazon Mexico. For international shipping, you can contact them through WhatsApp or email. As I am making this video, the notebooks retail for around 27.5 USD, and you can have a 5% discount using my code NALA. They also have very good promotions, so keep an eye for those during hot sales and the like. I am beyond excited to start using this notebook. I hope that you enjoyed this first impressions video, and if you give this notebook a try, let me know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe for more journaling content, and as usual, thank you so much for watching.